the Southeast region. My name is Ubon Kings. Join the Afia Business Morning every weekday, 10 a.m. to 12 noon. Exclusive to Afia TV on DSTV channel 254 and GoTV channel 17. The Afia Business Morning. Business unusual.
Top of the morning to you. It's Thursday, the 14th day of November 2024. And today, as always, we'll take a look at commodity reports and activities from our selected exchanges on the segment Opening Bell. Business news stories from around Africa and the rest of the world will come to you on Global Business. We'll also take out the time to look at issues affecting businesses in the southeastern part of Nigeria on the Eastern Business Report. And then finally, conversations around the market will come to you on Afia. And just so you know, the Afia Business Morning takes center stage every weekday, 10 a.m. to 12 noon. My name is Ubon Kings. Welcome to the Afia Business Morning. Trading on the floor of the Nigerian exchange is open today. The exchange in London opened an hour ago. The New York exchange is yet to open, while in China, opening bells went off at 2 a.m. local time. I want to welcome you officially to the Opening Bell segment. And before we get into any of those, let's take a look at some business news stories that are making the rounds. We're starting off from the continental economy, where it's reported that the Democratic Republic of Congo is to finance the world's largest hydropower dam. The World Bank and other financial institutions are engaged in discussions about funding a mega hydropower project, which will be the world's largest hydropower dam and would be in the Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, and also has the potential of supplying electricity across the entire African continent and is capable of producing 44,000 megawatts of power, and is estimated to cost about $80 billion. And away from the African continent, let's go to the global economy, where it's reported that Lufthansa is poised to secure stake in ITA Airways. The Italian Ministry of Economy and Finance has revealed that it has reached a deal with Germany's Lufthansa Group for a 49% stake in ITA Airways, Italy's flagship carrier, where the sale is expected to be worth 325 million euros, as the European Commission had received all the required documents on time a few hours before the midnight deadline. Details of these stories and more will come to you on Global Business. So away from that, quickly let's jump onto the floors of our featured exchanges. And like they say, charity begins at home, so we start on the floors of the Nigerian Stock Exchange, where the NGX all-share index as of yesterday closed on a high, rising by 0.22% to close at 97,477.81 points. A total of 247,014,560 shares valued at 7,510,534,900 naira 76 kobo were traded across 8,305 deals, with equity capitalization of 59,31,240,719,238 naira. Now let's take a look at the biggest gainers and losers of the day. Biggest gainer of the day was Intent Energy's insurance, which rose by 10%. Other gainers were the likes of John Holt PLC, UNECell, Thomas Y, and UPL. And on the other hand, regular insurance topped the losers list with a decline of 10%. Other losers were Dark Communications, Sovereign Insurance, Univision, and NEM. We'll go on a quick break. When we return, we'll be looking at activities from other selected exchanges. I'm talking about the likes of the New York, London, Shenzhen, and Shanghai exchanges. The Afia Business Morning, indeed, opening bell. We'll be right back after this time out. Stay tuned. You're welcome back to the Afia Business Morning, and you are watching Open the Bell. We're moving straight to the floors of our featured exchanges. Other featured exchanges, actually, we're starting off, or rather continuing, from the New York Stock Exchange, where, well, it's mostly dips in index values across board. We're interested to know that, well, we have only three risers here. That's the NYSE Composite TJ, the NYSE US 100 Index, and the NYSE FANG TM Index, which are all up at 0.08%, 0.09%, and 0.808% respectively. However, Dow Jones Industrial Average, S&P 500 Index are both down at 0.12% and 0.23% respectively. The NASDAQ Composite as well as the NASDAQ 100 are also down, both down at 0.33% and 0.30%. Next up is the London Stock Exchange, where it's all dips in index values across board. FTSE 100 is down 0.13%, FTSE 250 is down 0.41%, FTSE 350 down, FTSE All-Share Index also down 0.25% and 1.17% respectively. And now we're moving out of from UK to Asia now, stopping off at China. The Shenzhen the exchange at Shenzhen is our first point of call, and it's mostly dips. Two dips: SE Composite Index and China X Index down 0.16% and 1.11%. However, The Shenzhen Component Index is up at 0.40%. Now, the question is, would this be the same order of events at the exchange at Shanghai? But no, it is not. It's all rises in index values across board. The SSE Composite Index is up at 0.51%. The SSE 50 Index is up at 0.59%. The Star 50 Index is up at 1.03%. The SSE 180 Index is up at 0.51%. The SSE 380 Index and the CSI 300 Index are both up at 0.12% and 0.62% respectively. We will go on another break, and when we return, we'll be looking at commodity prices, of course, as well as our consumer price watch in the open market. You may want to follow this program and join in on the conversation on our dedicated Afia Business YouTube channel by kindly tapping in the search bar www.youtube.com/@Afia Business. And while you're there, you may want to hit the like button. Remember, you should also subscribe so you get notifications on all business-related content coming to you from Afia TV. You can also follow us on socials, Instagram more specifically with the handle at Afia Business _ to be part of our social media community. The Afia Business Morning Indeed opening bell will be right back after this time out. Stay tuned. My name is Ubon Kings.
I am Marvelous Akwamaka.
I am Chioma Okbala.
My name is Ifunaya Ndule, but I'm living in our market speaking.
Yeah, welcome back, and I am Ubong King. So still the Afia Business Morning, and you are watching Opening Bell right here on Afia TV. It's time to check in on commodity prices. And well, we're starting off with precious metals. It's upward movement, or rather stagnant movement for gold today, because no activity is recorded. As it were, gold is at 0.00%. However, the other precious metals, silver, platinum, and palladium are all down at 0.40%, 1.03%, and 1.06% respectively. Now moving on to natural gas, I beg your pardon, energy. Well, of course, natural gas as well as coal, oil Brent, and oil body light are all down at 0.31%, 0.08%, 1.00%, and 2.84%. However, ethanol, Brass River, and Kwaibo are up at 1.43%, 0.58%, and 0.58% respectively. Now let's find out the activities happening as far as industrial metals concerned. And well, like you can see on the chart already, is all dips in index values across the board. Aluminum is down 0.90%. Lead is down 0.20%. Iron ore is down at 0.14%. Copper is down 2.02%. Nickel is down 0.82%. Zinc is also down at 2.13%. And guess what? Tin is down at a very huge margin of 5.74%. You are watching the Afia Business Morning, and this indeed is the Opening Bell. Do help to follow the program and join in on the conversation on our dedicated Afia Business YouTube channel. Kindly tap in the search bar www.youtube.com/Afia Business. And while you're there, do well to hit the like button. Remember, you should subscribe so you get notifications on all business-related content coming to you from Afia TV. You can also be part of our social media community. Join us, or follow us rather, on Instagram at Afia Business _. Now up next, we'll be taking a look at the hikes in prices of food commodities in the open market, as well as hikes in fuel prices. And on that note, I'll see you tomorrow on the Open Bell when the exchanges reopen for trading. The Afia Business Morning. We'll be right back with the segment Global Business. My name is Ubong Kings. Stay tuned.
Looking to grow your business? At Afia TV, we've got just what you need. With our various on-screen advertising options like speechbacks, lower third, sidebars, right in front of your audience. With our lower third, your brand messages appear during the most viewed programs on TV, allowing your audience to see your message without interrupting their TV experience. Now, if you want to go big, our speechback is ideal because it puts your brand messages on spotlight without interrupting viewers' experience. With our sidebars, your brand messages also takes the spotlight on our screen, ensuring brand exposure. These advertising options are affordable, effective, and designed to drive results. Get started today and watch your business shoot up. For more inquiries, call the numbers on your screen.
Introducing Obuzo.
Afia TV's early Christmas gift to businesses in Southeast Nigeria. With Obuzo, Afia TV is empowering local entrepreneurs with 1 million naira advertising grants, helping you reach a global audience on DSTV, GoTV, and Afia Radio. For more information, visit www.afiatv.net/Obuzo or visit the SME Center in your state.
Obuzo, catalyzing economic growth in Southeast Nigeria.
My name is Ubon Kings.
I am marvelous. Akwamaga.
I am Chioma Okpala.
My name na Ifunaya Ndule, but I'm living in market speaking.
Join me every weekday on the Afia Business Morning as we bring to you a trilogy of business segments. The opening bell where we see activities from our selected stock exchanges. The global business where we bring you up to speed on business activities making the rounds all over the world. And we bring the conversation home on the segment Eastern Business Reports as we discuss business activities and issues bedeviling businesses in the Southeast region. My name is Ubon Kings. Join the Afia Business Morning every weekday 10 a.m. to 12 noon. Exclusive to Afia TV on DSTV channel 254 and Go TV channel 17. The Afia Business Morning. Business unusual.
Thank you for rejoining me on the Afia Business Morning. Welcome to Global Business. Here, we'll be taking a look at business news stories around the continent of Africa and indeed the rest of the world. My name is Ubon Kings. Welcome. And here are the headlines that we're tracking at the moment. Starting off with business news stories from Africa, where it's reported that the DRC, that's the Democratic Republic of Congo, is to finance the world's largest hydropower dam. And we're from that to stories from aerospace. Lufthansa to secure stake in ITA. And moving on, Ford slashes hours for some German factory employees. We will be bringing you details of these stories and more right after this time out. Stay tuned. You're watching Global Business right here on the Afia Business Morning, and we will begin with business news stories from Africa, where it's reported that the World Bank and other financial institutions are engaged in discussions about finding a mega hydropower project, which will be the world's largest hydropower dam and will be in the Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, and it's also has the potential of supplying electricity across the entire African continent, as it is capable of producing 44,000 megawatts of power and is estimated to cost about $80 billion. Meanwhile, the raging waters of the Congo River are raising hopes of ending the energy shortages in the Democratic Republic of Congo, as the government plans to construct 6 hydropower stations near a waterfall at western DRC to add to the 2 that are already operational. Let me try to break down something real quickly. Now, this is a country recognizing its own potential. Now, the country in point, of course, is the Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC. And before we look at this country in detail, are you aware that in 2022, just so you know, the DRC, pretty unrelated, but you see why I'm going to link this up. The DRC's adult literacy rate was 80.54%, while Nigeria's zone is 77.62%. Is it possible that this is affecting how they think and act and possibly react? Because if you ask me, for generations, Nigeria has battled the power issues with the frequent grid collapse and blaming on this and blaming on that. Yet, this is a country that gained independence the same year, DRC did, frankly speaking. But they're at least trying to salvage their own power situation. Just recently, as today, this morning, I saw in the papers that the power minister said we need at least $10 billion to solve Nigeria's power. In fact, to give 24 hours power. And then in my head, I'm thinking, do we even need the 24 hours? I mean, we are just looking for constant electricity. If you want to do 1 day off, 1 day in, no problem, but at least let it be consistent. But then, yeah. And then are you also aware that the Goodluck Ebele Jonathan administration had made quite a number of things available that if it was taken care of and utilized by the Buhari administration, chances are we'll not be talking about this power deficit that we're currently facing in the country. Possibly. Because the issue here has been the issue of leadership. The issue here has been the issue of, if you may, continuity. Because one administration leaves, does something phenomenal in one sector, the other one comes and just shelves it because it's not from the same party. See, that's where the lacuna comes. Anyway, back to the story. Although the construction of this dam has stalled for over a decade due to disagreements between the former DRC government and the World Bank over issues of transparency, this current government, that's the partner I'm on land with, has revived these talks with the World Bank to fund the project. See the difference there? Fingers crossed, we'll see how all this pans out eventually. And moving on to other business news stories, and this time around from the automotive world, it's reported that the American car maker Ford is slashing the work hours of its manufacturing plant workers as they apply to the government to approve a temporary part-time work scheme for its employers in Cologne, Germany, citing a lower demand for its electric vehicles. However, Germany's Beach work program allows employers to reduce their employees' work hours for a period of time instead of firing them, where under the scheme the government pays the workers 60% of their original pay for the hours that they do not work. Meanwhile, Ford's move in Germany comes as the EV industry faces a tumultuous stretch, as several car makers, Ford included, have doubled down on efforts to make hybrid cars. Now, let me just put something in perspective very quickly. For sake of emphasis, what were you expecting? I mean, I did say at the point where this tariff on Chinese electric vehicles were brought up that, well, this tariff on these Chinese-made parts, components, from my standpoint, until this trade war is dealt with, the European Union may pretty much kiss goodbye to its carbon emission goals. That's just what it is. You're watching Global Business right here on the Afia Business Morning on Afia TV. Kindly join in the conversation and, of course, be a part of our dedicated Afia Business YouTube channel. Kindly tap on the search bar www.youtube.com/@Afia Business. And while you're there, do hit the like button. Remember, you should subscribe so you get notifications on all business-related content coming to you from Afia TV. And for the sake of emphasis as well, you can join us on socials, Instagram more specifically with the handle @Afia Business _ to be part of our social media community. Up next, we'll be taking a look at more business news stories from the pharmaceutical world and the world of aerospace right after this time out. Stay tuned. My name is Ubon Kings.
I am Marvelous Akwamaga.
I am Chioma Okpala.
My name na Ifunaya Ndule, but I'm living in market pikin.
Great to have you rejoin us on the Afia Business Morning, and you're still watching Global Business. Now to the rest of our stories. This time, we're moving on to stories from the pharmaceutical world, where it's reported Bayer, the German pharmaceutical giant's share price fell as the company released its lackluster third quarter 2024 earnings, reporting net sales of 10.0 billion euros, down from 10.3 billion euros in the same period last year, following a warning from the company that the current challenges may also impact next year's results as well. However, the company continued to struggle with crop protection operations, facing pricing pressures as well as a weak agricultural market in Latin America, where regulatory challenges were also a concern. Okay, quickly, let me just emphasize a thing or two that's pretty much worth your attention. The last paragraph of this particular story highlights something very key. And it does say something about, let me just try to read it, paraphrase it, that the company continued to struggle, I'm talking about Bayer now, continued to struggle with crop protection operations, facing pricing pressures. And not just that, a weak agricultural market also in Latin America. Now, what this brings to my mind, really? It brings to my mind quite a number of things. I mean, the fact that it re-emphasizes something that, yes, indeed, most of these drugs we take are a function of crops. Get it? From plants. And now you pretty much understand why it appears that longevity over time nosedived as far as the human civilization is concerned. Because back in the day, we used to have our great-great-grandfathers live quite longer than we are. I mean, quite a number. Life expectancy in Nigeria, Africa generally is nosedived. That's the gospel truth. So when you see someone who lives up to 80-something, you say, oh my, he lived a long life. You see someone who stays up to 100 plus, you'll be like, wow, he must have been an ancient of days. But you see, back in the day, it was normal, right? Because we relied mostly on those plants and crops to actually take care of ourselves. But well, all of that has changed. Now we are more or less in the fast lane of life, and everything that would take us to the farm seems not to work anymore. We pretty much prefer to just pop the pills and then get our relief. But you see, truth of the matter is, until we get back to this point, chances are, I mean, that's one of the things the Donald Trump administration that's coming in wants to address. The fact that everybody needs to get back to the farm. Stay away from all this stuff that to pollute your bodies, and you now begin to wonder why persons have higher, we're now having higher cancer rates, not just in Nigeria, all over the world, US most especially anyway. But then, story for another day, I guess. Finally, we move on to the world of aerospace, where it's reported, and of course in a bid to end this bulletin, let's tell you that the Italian Ministry of Economy and Finance has revealed that it has reached a deal with Germany's Lufthansa Group for a 49% stake in ITA Airways, Italy's flagship carrier where the sale is expected to be worth 325 million euros, as the European Commission had received all the required documents on time just a few hours before the midnight deadline. Meanwhile, Lufthansa had already bought a 41% stake in ITA Airways with an option to increase it to 100% further down the line. Although Lufthansa reached a deal with the Italian Ministry of Economy and Finance for this purchase in May 2023, it only obtained the European Commission's approval for the same earlier this year in July. Real quickly, bottom line is it is finally here. The deal has been sealed. Just yesterday or 2 days ago, I brought this story about the possibility of ITA being taken over by Lufthansa, but here it is now. It's done, it's signed, it's sealed. But then again, there are a lot of other dimensions to this particular story. Let's take a break and just take a look at what a long haul by Simple Flying tells us more on this particular deal that has just been sealed. Let's take a look real quick.
The European Commission, which we'll refer to as the EC, has finally approved Germany's Lufthansa's purchase of 41% of Italian national airline ITA Airways, which was previously Alitalia. The latest announcement follows months of consideration by the EC's competition authority and concessions by the Lufthansa Group. Well, in today's video, we'll examine this major European deal, what Lufthansa had to give up in order to attain regulatory clearance, and a quote-unquote swift integration planned by Lufthansa Group. Lufthansa Group has now been cleared by Europe's competition authority to purchase a large portion of ITA Airways. The German airline group will buy a minority stake of 41% in ITA for 325 million euros. Most sources report that Lufthansa Group intends to acquire the remaining 59% of the airline at some point in the future. As per the agreement, Lufthansa Group can exercise an option to acquire remaining shares from 2025 at the earliest. The Italian government will hold on to this part for the time being. Lufthansa Group has been persistent in its pursuit of ITA Airways. The long-awaited EU approval comes following a lengthy investigation process initiated by the Commission. Brussels was analysing whether the ITA acquisition would adversely affect competition within Europe. Points of contention included the Lufthansa Group airline's so-called A++ Atlantic joint venture with Air Canada and United. Additionally, should Lufthansa Group acquire ITA, Brussels was worried about potential monopolies on certain routes within Europe and the transcontinental front. And so, what were EU regulators specifically concerned about? One concern initially raised by Brussels at the launch of its in-depth investigation was around long-haul services between Italy and North America. The European Commission believed that the two airlines would have a significant advantage in providing air services between the two regions. The Commission said this would be brought about thanks to, quote, close competition between ITA, Lufthansa or Lufthansa's joint venture partners through non-stop or convenient one-stop connections and convenient airport.
We'll get to keep you updated on all of this and more as they unfold. And of course, talking about keeping you updated, you may want to get to our dedicated Afia Business YouTube channel and watching live, and drop of a comment or two. Kindly type in the search bar www.youtube.com/Afia Business, and while you're there, do well to hit the like button. Remember, you should subscribe as well, so you get notifications on all business-related content coming to you from Afia TV. You can also follow us on Instagram, just so you know, to be part of a social media community at Afia Business _. You are still watching the Afia Business Morning right here on Afia TV. And coming up next, we'll be looking at, the issue of the fact that there are insufficient filling stations in Nigeria with reference to the slow, I like to call it the slow federal government's CNG project. All of that on the Eastern Business Report after this time out. The Afia Business Morning will be right back. My name is Ubong Kings. Stay tuned.